Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for some music and entertainment news. And we just talked a little bit briefly about P. Diddy, who has been charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution. He's being held without bail. He faces life in prison if convicted on the three charges, which of racketeering, sex trafficking, fraud, coercion, transportation to engage in prostitution. And the judge was not swayed by Diddy's offer to pay $50,000 bond, wear an ankle monitor, by the way, and limit his travel to South Florida and New York City. To Kenzie's point, there's no way that was going to happen if he paid $50 million. He would have been gone and we never would have saw him again.
In like 2 seconds.
I mean, is Epstein Island still there?
I don't know, but he would have been on it.
Does the island have a landing strip that's still capable to handle Diddy's plane?
Well, I don't think they got rid of the island. It's a beautiful piece of land.
I
think they should blow it up. I don't think it should exist anymore.
I think it could be rehabbed.
Listen,
really? You want to build a house on that?
You know, we have a lot of nuclear weapons that our tax money's paid for.
This is true.
Why don't we just let one go off on that island just to check it out?
Yeah, a lot of risk on a nuclear weapon.
So the indictment accuses Diddy of forced labor, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery. I mean, he's going away. He's not getting out of this. It's not going to be some kind of fluff
He has
case.
to be guilty of at least one of those, and they're all pretty bad.
They have quite a few.
You say arson?
Yeah.
There is an arson charge. I think what happened, and I could be wrong on this, I apologize if I am, he lit some
industry on fire.
He did light the industry on fire with his flashy beats in the 90s. I believe he burned some of the rapper Kid Cudi's property. That is what I read yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know what Kid Cudi did to him, but I believe he lit some of his belongings on fire.
Seems unnecessary. He seems so nice.
I agree. He seems like a very nice guy.
Like Kid Cudi is always very chill.
I agree.
Day and night.
Great song.
Good
Well,
times.
the U.S. Attorney Damian Williams gave a press conference yesterday on the contrast of what's happened to Sean Diddy Combs since last year.
A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York.
Does he have to give the key back?
I wonder what the key really opened.
No, I mean, it obviously doesn't give you immunity. So what does it do?
Yeah, a lot of things have been given out to people that's been very nice, and it's been proven later. I think like Bill Cosby was Father of the Year of the World or something like that. Those awards don't mean much at the end of the day.
I think we have to stop giving awards to famous people. Just like, that song's catchy. Here's a key to our city. Maybe like, hey, thank you for saving thousands of lives from that fire. Like, maybe people like that should get keys to the city.
Yeah, firemen, give them all the awards.
Stuff like that would be helpful.
That'd be nice. The prosecutor wanted to talk about the case and, what kind of trouble he's really in here and how bad it's going to just get off.
There's really no deal that the U.S. Attorney's Office can offer, and it's certainly not one that Diddy will accept. It would involve decades in federal prison. We're talking about mandatory minimum sentences of 10 years for both the drug charges and the sex trafficking. So we know that Diddy has fought charges before. There were state charges, there were gun-related, the nightclub shooting with J-Lo, but he's going to dig in his heels, and this case is going to trial. So if you're prosecutors, you really want to make sure that your evidence is bulletproof before you go down that route.
And that's why I think for sure this raid on his house happened like 6 months ago. They're taking their time to make sure they have it right when they go to trial.
Two things. One, I know this is a bad year for Diddy, obviously. J-Lo's having a really bad year because now her name's going to get brought up in this a lot. And I think she's going to get accused of like, well, you dated him. Did you know he was trafficking people or anything like that?
Well, think about all the people.
You're part of the club shooting. So did you know anything?
Everybody that he's ever done anything with, which is a lot of people, are going to have to come to trial and say something.
Now, like you could say, well, Cassie dated him. Why would she be in trouble? Cassie's been open about really bad person. J-Lo has continued to be friends with Diddy.
Yeah.
So that's probably, I don't know, that's going to ruffle some feathers.
Going to really find out who your friends are.
Also, raided his place, found 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube.
Ugh.
1,000.
Think about how much that is, Brian. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to get to 1,000 to count the lube that he had. Of lube.
Like, they're not, okay, let me think about it like this. If you're using baby oil or lube, it's not one go per bottle.
Ideally.
So
well,
this is,
it depends on the person.
Really?
I don't want to get into it.
Do you have tarps in your living room I don't know about?
No.
Isn't that insane? 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
I guess it's not illegal.
Now,
It raises some eyebrows.
It's a slippery slope.
I will
Literally.
say maybe he's got a lot against him here in court. Now, I remember one time Q101, we're going to give away 1,000 Gillette razors, and instead they sent us 10,000. And so we all got to kind of grab some and use them. I gave them out as Christmas stocking stuffers, and
Right.
I took about 15 boxes home.
Can't wait to see what I get this year. Last year I got the toy just strapped to my head.
Sadly, after 7 years, they're all gone. Finally, the razors. But maybe Diddy could say I ordered one bottle of lube, and Amazon sent me 1,000.
Yeah.
And they said just keep them.
You think you went to Costco for the lube? Do you think he's a Costco member?
I've never seen lube at Costco. I'm not saying I've looked that carefully. I'm just
I'm sure they have lube at Costco.
Come on,
they
they
have
have everything.
condoms.
they have
They have a lot of condoms.
Well, it's a big pack.
I know.
My man.
All right, so we'll keep track of the Diddy story. But also, how about something a little more positive? Blink-182's Mark Hoppus has announced a memoir coming out called Fahrenheit 182. And it's it looks like it's going to be really awesome. It's a guy that went through nearly died before this reunion that has been epic and this last run here, and got the band back together for 10 years. He's going to go into everything about his life, and starting off just, being a skate punk kid, and then getting to, of course, one of the biggest bands in the world. So can't wait for that memoir to come out. Also, TV time tonight. Is that right, Case? Tonight, the Golden Bachelorette returns, or starts, I'm sorry.
Starts.
Because the Golden Bachelor already happened.
And you got sucked into that because I watch all the Bachelor franchises. I really like those shows. Kenzie doesn't really. Brian doesn't. But when they did the Golden Bachelor, which for those that don't know is older people looking to find love, you watched the finale. You jumped in right at the end, and you were really captivated by it, if I remember correctly.
I was, and I didn't go back and binge it and watch it all. I think the finale was all I needed, but it was emotional.
It really was.
And now that guy was from Indiana, by the way, the Golden Bachelor, and they're not together anymore, correct?
No, he turned out to be a giant player, and basically his whole
It's like
backstory.
Dave Grohl over here. Good Lord.
His whole backstory was a lie because he got on the show because his wife passed away, and his whole arc was, I haven't been with anybody since my wife. This is such an amazing chance to find love. And then the day of the finale, there was a big story that came out about how he had been with a bunch of women, and then the woman that he proposed to on Golden Bachelor, they broke up because they couldn't decide where to live. Because, of course, they're both people up there in age, and they had property and family, and they didn't want to move, and so they broke up. And now we have the Golden Bachelorette tonight, which is Joan from that season. She had to leave the show in the middle of the season to tend to her daughter, who was having complications from a post-birth situation. So she eliminated herself. She never got sent home. She seems like a nice person. If you don't like the vapidness and the, at times, dull nature of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, Golden Bachelor made me cry a bunch. This is an emotional show that is on ABC tonight, and I am looking forward to this series.
So she is 61 years old.
Yeah.
She looks wonderful.
She does. She's very good looking.
Very attractive woman. And I just think, is 61 young when I hear Golden Bachelorette? It seems young to me.
What do you want, like an 85-year-old? You want the Where's the Beef lady?
I agree with Brian. I feel like 70s is when I'm like, okay, Golden. Like,
Yeah.
My mom's 60, and like she's not retired yet. She's like super. She can work out harder than I can.
She looks
like,
very good. Is she
I
going to be
know.
on the show?
No.
Okay.
But she'd be a good choice.
Oh,
but
she'd
like,
be a great choice.
Except she's married heavily. But
Damn it.
Damn it. Yeah. But I just think it seems young, 61, to be the Golden Bachelor. I think 70s
I would
is a
think
good
like
marker.
Golden. I agree with Brian. I would think 70s. How old was Mr. Indiana Man?
I thought he was 70.
I thought he was in his 70s.
At least I think it was 70. But also, will there be at least one 85-year-old guy then on the show?
A guy like hobbling up with his walker on the
Yeah.
first episode.
I want a guy looking for his pills out there.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Pumpkins are guys on Jimmy Kimmel last night. They performed live. Now, name that sound. Boy, have we been holding on to this sound for a while to release to you. And I'm glad we did, because listening to it, Case found this, and I forgot how funny it is. Now, Kenzie has no idea what this is. We like to hold it from her to get her natural response, just like you. Now, if you guess it, you get tickets to Manchester Orchestra and Military Gun at the House of Blues Sunday, part of the 4 to 5 day Riot Fest extravaganza. This is a unique show. This is an amazing show. I love Manchester Orchestra and Military Gun, and I love the House of Blues. What a show. So, All you got to do is figure out what's going on in this audio. Name the sound.
Brian.
Now, by the way,
are you allowed to play that?
By the way, this is a call-in contest only. So 312-591-8300. Texting doesn't work. Call if you know what that sound is.
Look at me.
Yes?
Are we allowed to play that, or did you just do an FCC violation?
I can't answer any questions about the sound.
I will be pleading the fifth.
Yep. What's going on here? You name the sound, you get the tickets. 312-591-8300. Now, listen, you can guess whatever you want. And there's not closest guess wins. If no one gets it in 10 minutes, we will give everybody a shot at the tickets with God Bless the Baby. Here's more of it.
I don't know if I want more.
4, 3, 2.
Name the sound. You want to take a guess?
I feel like... I'm not going to say, because it better not be that, or we're going to have a powwow after the show. So I think that maybe it's like sea animals, like seals. And then there's a guy excited about it.
All right, 312-591-8300. Call right now, name the sound, and you get the tickets.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, name the sound for Manchester Orchestra tickets. Military Gun also there at the House of Blues Sunday, part of the Riot Fest weekend festivities. That is a unique show. I love Manchester Orchestra. I cannot wait to be at that show as part of the whole weekend of fun with Riot Fest and Q101. Now, name the sound for the tickets. This is the sound. Okay, let's go.
Okay. All righty.
Let's go to Libby checking in from Chicago. Libby, ahoy. Tell us what you think it is.
Ahoy. I think it's a guy freaking out going up a roller coaster.
Oh, I like that guess.
Exactly.
I'd love to say you're right, Libby, but you're not.
Oh, I would love to say she's right, too, because I'm growing more concerned.
About the sound?
Yep.
All
I
right,
don't feel good about it.
Thank you, Libby. Let's see here. We'll go to John checking in from Indiana. John, name the sound.
Ahoy, peeps.
Yes, sir.
This one was way too easy. That's P. Diddy and his new roommate getting acquainted.
Not good.
All right. That is incorrect. Sorry, buddy, but appreciate the effort. Let's see here. We'll go to Michael checking in from Chicago. Michael, ahoy, name the sound.
I love Manchester Orchestra as well. And my guess is it's a guy getting tased using a jackhammer.
Tased by using a jackhammer. Okay. Yep. That's not correct. A lot of people did guess tasing, though. A lot of people
I could see that.
Yeah.
I thought he actually had it for a second because that was very specific.
Yeah, remember, Kenzie does not know what it is, so she's going to be surprised if somebody gets it or we just tell you. Let's see here. Desiree's checking in from Chicago. Desiree, ahoy, name the sound.
Ahoy. Is it from the movie Dumb and Dumber?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Is it?
I would love to tell you you're right. Great poll.
I was mad at myself for a second.
Oh, that's really good. That's not it, Desiree. I'm sorry. Let's take a couple more here, and then we'll have to give it to everybody. Robert's checking in from Hobart. Robert, ahoy, name the sound.
I want to say it's when Marv gets electrocuted in Home Alone, but there's been a few good ones, so now I kind of got some more ideas, too.
That's really good.
That's right. Is that right?
That's not right.
I'm getting annoyed.
So sorry there, buddy. Thanks for checking in. Let's see here. Zach, name the sound, buddy.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing, bud?
Good. Well, anything that involves with playing with your nuts, I know what it's about. So it's a guy cracking walnuts with his elbow.
You're exactly correct.
What?
I can't believe someone got this. Now, it was a viral video from a few months ago, and this is a guy, Kenzie, cracking walnuts with his elbow for the Guinness Book of World Records. So he's there.
Is it against like a stone? What is he doing?
It's his elbow cracking walnuts on a table.
How many did he crack in that moment? Is this one? Is this one walnut?
No.
Oh, I'm imagining just trying to get this one open.
Brian, do you have the number? Because I have the number.
I have it too. It was Mohammed Rashid in Pakistan. He cracked 169 walnuts with his elbow in 30 seconds.
What?
Yes!
I thought that was just one walnut.
No! 169 walnuts in 30 seconds, and he does have the current Guinness Book of World Records.
That should have been on our Q Olympics.
4 years from now, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, bookmark that.
In the next Q Olympics. Congratulations, Zach and Berwin. You are going to see Manchester Orchestra and Military get on the House of Blues on Sunday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. It was a sad morning early on the 6 o'clock hour when we had to open the show by pouring one out. Everybody listening can relate because you've all used this product. Not a person this time. Tupperware is going bankrupt after 78 years. Now, it's still going to be around. They're trying to figure out their $700 million debt, but they're not going to be made in America anymore. They closed the last American plant in June, laying off 148 workers, which is a tragedy. Tupperware stock was only $1.18 at the start of the week, but fell to 50 cents when this was announced on Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So Tupperware, we've had a lot of conversations about it earlier, where is it because people are using glass containers or just eating it all and not leaving more leftovers?
I feel like it's two things. One, glass containers are becoming superior. And a lot of people don't buy name brand because they are more expensive. So if you're going to go the plastic route, it's like I can get the 47 pack for $10 from Walmart. Like, because Tupperware is expensive.
Yeah, I guess because it worked. When you hear from the commercial, like you really snapped it shut and it's sealed in. That's why they did it in in this 80s commercial. They describe it clearly why they were superior.
And COVID killed the party.
Beats keep beatier, chips keep chippier, dips keep dippier. Tupperware freshness, that's our promise. Look at all the ways we keep it.
Come to a Tupperware party and see all the new ways you can lock in freshness.
Beans, greens, cheese, teas, potato, tomato, salami, pastrami. Jams keep jammier, hams keep hammier, cakes keep cakier, flakes keep flakier. Tupperware freshness, that's our promise. Look at all the ways we keep it.
Oh, like a little snap at the end to keep the freshness.
Snap, a little fresh snap.
How can a place that keeps cakes cakier go out of business?
You know the problem is this party. It's this party system. Anything that like requires me to attend a party to buy it and get I'm not doing it. I would rather give them money to not go. I'm like, please never hit me up about this again.
You mean to take something to a party in Tupperware?
No.
Oh, the
they
Tupperware
sold
party
it
itself.
Via party.
Yeah.
And like, I know you could get it other ways, but this was like a big thing. There's still people who do this with their products, and I get invited, and I'm like, under no circumstance, but I will give you $20 to never ask me again. I'm not coming to a party where the entire thing is a sales pitch. It's not fun.
I understand what you're saying, because everything's a scam today, it feels like. However, if someone told me your cake will be cakier,
You're in.
I'm going. I'm going.
You're the clientele.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Lauren coming in, another glorious day in Chicago, feeling like July out there. And Lauren, at noon, will have your next opportunity to get to the Offspring tomorrow night. And time's running out. It's tomorrow night. So noon, 5 o'clock today with Brian Phillips, and 8 o'clock tonight. Your chances to get in the Offspring at the Metro are pop-up with Wintrust Community Bank. It's free, but you have to have a ticket to win. And remember, again, tomorrow, 3 to 7, Brian Phillips broadcasting live at the bar Almost Home, where Brian and Kenzie did the Cubs opening day broadcast. Last chance to get in on site. Great bar. It's right next to the Metro, pretty much, just north of it.
That's the thing. If you're at Almost Home and you step outside, you'll be able to see the Metro.
Yeah.
It's very close. That's your plan tomorrow night.
That's it. You could probably throw a French fry that you bought there at Almost Home to Eat. One of them could probably hit the Metro from there.
Don't do that, though. That's littering.
No, you should eat a French fry.
We don't throw food everywhere.
Come on now.
Don't leave a fry behind either.
Well, like, I would love a fry. So if you feel like you don't know what to do with all these fries, find me. Problem solved.
These extra fries out there.
I'm here to help.
Case takeaways, what do you got?
Jesse and Albany Park checked in their takeaway. Kenzie hates that there's words for everything.
Oh, we've just overdone it.
Yeah, we need less words,
Yes,
apparently.
we do.
That's nice.
Kenzie, what do you got?
Megan texted in takeaway. Bane says, nacho cheese, bitch.
But you got to say it like Bane.
I can't do Bane. You have to do Bane.
Nacho cheese, bitch.
It's like he was in the room with us.
It's so fun.
And finally, 773 checked in. Smashing nuts with your elbow will be the next event 4 years from now at the Q Olympics. Name that sound tomorrow at 9:10 for more of those Manchester Orchestra tickets, so be here for it. Case, what's on the podcast?
Well, we learned today that if you take too much nacho cheese from the gas station, you can and will be beaten with a baseball bat. That story, all those details, and head to headlines today on the Brian and Kenzie podcast. Also, there was a Clash with Kenzie today, a Hall of Fame performance from our contestant in Clash with Kenzie today. Go listen to that. You'll feel inspired. Your faith in humanity will be restored. And you might hear Cornholio pop up on Clash with Kenzie today. Very, very fun. All that and more on the Brian and Kenzie podcast today.
Wherever you get your podcasts, of course, Spotify, Apple, and try the Q101 app to get our podcast on there. It's free, and there's a real cool, easy little slide to find all the hours on there of the Brian and Kenzie show.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.